course.
What's the position then about the peers? Because we have Viscount Monkton's hereditary.
He's tremendous, isn't he? He makes you proud to be British, doesn't he?
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Viscount Monkton speaking to the American, it was American University about climate change, and just as well. Excellent.
May I just make an announcement then? You could all hear him speak in Christchurch 2 weeks tonight.
I haven't met him in person. Yeah, I'll make.
We've got a meeting on that.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And the other thing, when he goes on his blog, most people, it's a living room. In his, there's a big chandelier.
We've got DVDs on it.
Yes,
If anybody wants a DVD, if you write on the
it makes you proud to be British, doesn't it?
your name and telephone number
So
and
is
the information that the DVD you want, we'll get you one.
Yeah.
it the case then that those peers are in fact still peers?
They're unlawfully excluded by the police. They're unlawfully excluded by the police. The rules of the House, internal rules, because bear in mind it's the Palace of Westminster, it's Crown property, they're entitled to set their own rules. And you know this business about expenses, I think that's a conspiracy as well. I think some MPs are encouraged to claim when they shouldn't have done. And they now claim that an outside body, civil servants, can have authority over the House, which I think is wrong. Well, it is wrong.
I just had a letter today from Lord Strathclyde in answer to mine to him, suggesting that the three peers, Adin something, I can't remember their name now.
Should be attainted.
No, should be not suspended but removed because they acted not nobly.
Attainted treason, that's right, yes. That's right, disennobled,
He has ignored that by telling me that the sanction imposed on the peer is the most severe in 300 years.
Yeah, well, you can go back a bit further, and then our names cut off.
It's not enough, they should be removed.
We've got some blood-dirty people in the room, haven't we? You're all chuckling every time I mention that. So that's the state of the House of Lords Act. And of course, one of the things, when you have a proposition in law, I'm not a lawyer, I did say that, I'm not a lawyer, not argued is not tested. So a lot of things they've done to us, they've got away with.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Now the good news is, we may have some friends in the Supreme Court. Now, because the Supreme Court's invalid because it's post-1999 statute. But my work is a person who reads Hansard a lot, and he read the first judgment of the Supreme Court, and it was to do with house arrest. Now, house arrest is unknown to the common law, isn't it? Because the only penalty were a fine, lock various bits of your body off, or outlawry. Locking up didn't necessarily feature because if you're a medieval peasant in subsistence economy, or even the sheriff of Nottingham, paying to feed somebody was a burden, wasn't it? So it didn't really feature. So in order to have a house arrest regime, the powers that be went to the United Nations Treaty back to 1946 when that was passed in order to give effect to the United Nations Treaty. So it's an emergency power. So you remember I said we're under emergency powers? It's continued. So the case goes before the Supreme Court about whether this chap with a roll-turning name should be locked up in his house indefinitely, and the judges said no. And what they appear to be asking for, and there's is an opportunity to decide whether statute can be repealed by common law. Common law can be repealed by statute. They appear to be asking for it. Of course, we say not because it breaches the coronation oath. Because remember the question the Queen's asked: will you rule the kingdom according to its laws, customs, and statutes agreed on? So she can't give consent to a statute which breaches the law, can she? No, it's simple as that.
That oath wasn't actually done in Parliament because it wasn't agreed on in Parliament.
No, but it's done in public.
There is an issue with the Queen's oath, in actual fact. Normally, when you read a document, you sign below, don't you? And it means I understand it, or I stand under for you free men. If you look at the actual documents, and Albert Burgess spotted this, the actual document signed around the back of the cathedral, like your wedding certificate. It's got the Queen's signature at the top, and then a big black ribbon, and then the body of the text.
That's not right.
What's all that about?
No, that separates it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got to wonder. So there is a question: have we had a Queen since 1953?
No, the other point too is the Queen herself, when she gave her oath.
Yep.
Did she give it as a common person? Because she hadn't yet been sworn in. If she gave it as a queen, she cannot do that because she hasn't been sworn in.
She was the queen on...
She has to swear to it as a commoner first. That as the queen I shall. adhere to this oath?
I'll have to look at the wording. I can't answer that.
Not
can't-
both being done at the same time.
I've read there's a very good article on Wikipedia about the coronation oath, and I've read it, and it looks into it, and it actually describes the ceremony that you see on the telly.
Yeah.
And I can't remember anything other than what you've just said.
Yeah. That's right.
As a comment.
President Obama's a similar thing, doesn't he? He fluffed the first oath,
Yeah.
then had the second one. He wasn't holding a Bible because he's a Muslim. It's come out today.
Muslim, yeah.
Yeah. It's come out today. Well, we were listening to our exchange. It's the Wednesday morning.
Denied for
No, it's come out now.
Where's his birth certificate?
Yeah, exactly.
He's actually said I'm a Muslim.
Yeah.
There's been things on YouTube and he's actually...
It doesn't exclude him from the job. The fact that he's not an American citizen does, though. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So are all theirs in, are all their laws in
Yeah,
that?
that's right.
Just
So
bloody worse.
I'm conscious you're fidgeting, which is a bad sign for a teacher because I've lost you.
Fascinating.
No, you just scrambled our brains. That's what you've done.
So I think 4 minutes. 4 minutes on the tape. Okay. Any questions?
I've got a few points I wanted to mention.
Go on.
No, like...
First to first. Okay. I'll see the Orcus one outside. Okay.
Can I just ask who was the Viscount that you tried to approach?
Cranbourne. Viscount Cranbourne was the whip.
I should have known that.
Yeah, he was the whip, and of course is the whipping system lawful?
No.
No. Yeah, Article 5 Bill of Rights, debates in Parliament shall be free. Simple as that. Yeah. Tina and I went to see our MP, didn't we? Liberal Democrat, on his website, he's making me, I'm a whip. And I said, well, I'm going to arrest you for treason then. Then he explained it to him. Then the election came along. That's it.
Right, can I ask a question? You know all of this.
Yeah.
You've passed it on to us, you've shared it,
Yeah.
you've suggested that we set up a blog spot.
Yeah.
What are you going to do next?
What I'm doing is what I'm doing today. You remember I said at the beginning, you, the taxpayers, paid me for 30 years to act in your interest, and you've trained me how to make these arguments, haven't you? A policeman with 30 years service also better to get to grip of magistrate's court, for God's sake, shouldn't he? Nobody's safe if he can't do that. So on your behalf, I'm feeding it back. But I'm asking for your pooling your knowledge, because we've all learned things today, haven't we? Nobody knows it all. Well, it needs recording, doesn't it? So we've physically got a sort of recording. But a discussion group on the web is an expert system, isn't it? In the sense that it's a computer term. An expert system has got all available knowledge on a particular topic. So we can share it. We can share it anonymously. We don't need to put our heads above the parapet. And we can wake other people up. How do ideas spread? Who do you tell first? Your trusted friends, don't you? Yeah. And if you convince them to pass it on. How many people are we seeking to wake up? What proportion of the population?
3 to 5.
3 to 5. Well, yeah. Well, the 95% are like sheep, aren't they? Yeah. Dumb down. Yeah. Fluoride. I mean, yeah. Tina and I bought a reverse osmosis filters 3 months ago. We feel a lot better, don't we? Nothing else has changed. It was all
We're
news
not
to
in
me.
the fluoride area here yet.
Oh, you're okay. Well, there we are. Perhaps that's why you're rebelling. That's all
Because we
that.
got informed thought. That's right.
Gentlemen at the back, we've got some young chaps at the back. Are you free men or passers-by or students?
I am, but
Yeah.
these two are just with me, they're learning.
Yeah, you're on a learning curve. Okay. Well, I mean, you're the future. You're the future. Because you went to school with a national curriculum, didn't you? Yeah. What's all that about? Yeah. Yeah.
Are you advocating civil unrest? And if so, when?
Well, this is the way I look at it. There's a critical mass that's 5% of the population. It won't be civil unrest; it'll be lawful rebellion. Those who rebel first are likely to be picked off unless they're too high profile. So my coming here puts me at the top of hopefully you're my protection. Robert Green, for example, has been to Edinburgh Sheriff's Court today. Yes, yeah. Not for the Holly Green case, but because he said bad things about Sheriff Buchanan. Sheriff Buchanan has demanded £7,000 surety that he doesn't do it again. We haven't got a result yet from him, have we? So we're his protection, because last time Robert went into a police station, there was a flurry of phone calls.